Look at them little heads in suits, thinking they harder than gangs, cartels, and terror troops. Saw fans never touch real rules, yet they command violence. How behind law is proof. Never swung fists, never bled in the dirt. Just sign a name and decided to do hers. Call it procedure while families get buried in earth. Call it justice while manufacturing worth. Put them back into place. Take a savage grace, set them into place. Let them face what they erase. Burned out disgrace, dismantle every trace. Expose every lie hidden behind law space. Fat piggies in suits, thinking they harder than killers, but they never pull triggers. Just legalized dealers, never walk streets with survival. Gets realer, just wanted this policy while feeding off killers. They feast for the weak, get devoured alive. Call it economy, watching the desperate deprived. They toast with glasses raised high in the sky. Call it success while entire bloodlines die. Criminals above destroy you with squabbling toast. Calling it law while committing the most. They boast of their power, their wealth and control, while feeding on bodies and harvesting souls. Shit twisted. Do dodge your crimes and get no time, but you get hunted like a way, doing years for a dime. They steal generations, erase bloodlines, then call it justice while rewriting the crimes. Piggies in suits with corruption in breath. Every decision they make, manufacturing death. Call it lawful while tightening necks. Call it order, or crushing what's left. They never feel guilt, never feel shame. Just move pieces around and they rig little game. Call it system while shifting the blame. Call it law while avoiding the flame. They hide behind titles, hide behind law, hide behind system design with a flaw. Not broken by accident, broken by draw. Built to consume you, that was the law. Protecting the self from the truth that they rot. Protecting the sickness from ever being caught. Calling it justice while justice is shot. Calling it lawful while mercy is not. They think they untouchable, safe in disguise, but right always spreads and illusion always dies. They call they theft legal, justify lies, but truth don't care about legal disguise. Everything stolen eventually returns. Everything buried eventually burns. Every false law eventually turns on the ones who used to conquer and earn. Put them back in their place, savage grace in the air. Let them finally feel what they never could bear. Let them feel pressure, crushing their frame. Let them face judgment beyond their fake game. Fat piggies in suits, choking on excess and greed, running suffered in the law with deliberate speed, taking far more than they ever could need. Calling it structure while others bleed. Feeding on labor, feeding on pain, feeding on loss while avoiding the blame. Feeding through law like a parasitic vein. Calling it order while tightening chains. They never build strength, they only consume. Sat in their comfort, others were doomed. Signing decrees from safety cocoon. Calling destruction legally approved. Pretending they powerful, pretending they strong, but parasites feeding their entire life long. They legalize theft and called it wrong. With survival, force the weak along. They issue commands from the towers above. Never knowing pain, never knowing real love, never knowing survival, what it's made of. Just hiding behind law like an armor glove. They hide in the fabric, stitched over decay, writing new laws to keep truth away, hoping their illusion forever will stay. Hope a consequence never finds its way, but truth don't die. Truth multiplies, truth survives every attempt to disguise. Truth sees through legalized lies. Truth watches corrupt empires capsize. Put them back in their place, let reality crack. Let everything stolen finally come back. Let the false law collapse and snap. Let consequence finish the attack. Piggies in suits tremble under their skin, knowing damn well the corruption within, knowing their law was engineered sin, knowing truth always eventually wins. They thought they was safe, thought they immune, thought law would protect them forever from doom, thought they could rewrite truth and consume, but consequence always enters the room. Their power was illusion, the strength was theft, their authority nothing but fear, well dressed. Their law nothing sacred, nothing blessed, just violence hidden in legal text. Nothing but lies wrapped in expensive thread, nothing but parasites feeding on the dead, nothing but cowards hiding instead behind law to escape what they did. Look at them now when the illusion breaks, when reality shifts and foundation shakes, when truth overrides the laws they fake, when consequence gives and consequence takes. Fat piggies get slayed, they were never one touch or go, never divine, just swollen on theft of stolen time. Just piggies in suits hiding right inside, calling it weapon law to justify.